College has definitely been one of the most important, just significant parts of my life in terms of developing who I am today and what I do. By the way, I left my helmet in my friend's car yesterday. He's out of town now, so give me a break. That music totally ruined my shot. And as I'm getting closer and closer to that day towards graduation, I've been contemplating in my mind, what has it been about my college experience that makes it so influential and important? And it turns out it hasn't been the classes and the academic nature of my college experience that has made it so important. And that's not to say that my college has been a waste, because when you pay to come to a college, you're paying for more than just the academic, content that you're learning. If you want to become a doctor or a lawyer, probably the most influential part of your college experience is going to be the classes, and that's totally cool. But for me, it's been all the other things that come with a college experience. You guys know Sweet Simple Vegan on Instagram? She sent me one of her shirts that I've been wanting for so long. I'm sorry for what I said when I was undercarbed. Story of my life. Jasmine's starting to get into YouTubing, actually. You should check out her channel. My college experience also hasn't been the typical one. A week before starting college, I decided to be vegan and to be completely sober. Not the best social moves as a freshman going into college. I obviously don't regret those lifestyle decisions. Those were some of the most important things I've ever done in my life. But immediately what I had to figure out for myself and discover is, how does someone with a social message that maybe is outside of the norm make friends and also just be an effective activist when you're in a community where there's a lot of peer pressure to do certain things like stay out late, not exercise, do drugs and things like that. Eventually I got it. It just took a while until I could realize that in order to make friends, you just gotta set a good example over telling people what to do. You also learn discipline and how to work really, really hard. I've had to balance my Plantriotic, social media stuff with getting good grades, with running the CC Plant Strong Vegan Club that I founded. You can't BS all that. You have to have a good work ethic if you want to get all that done. Oh my God, networking. That's been one of the most beneficial assets from going to college. When you go to college, people just take you a little bit more seriously. My first year at CC, I was able to bring in Rich Roll, Gene Bauer, Ocean Robbins, Susan Levin from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, all to my school for lectures, and I got to build this social and professional network with them, and they're my mentors and friends now. It probably would have taken me so many more years to develop relationships with those people if I wasn't attached to some institution. And if you're like me and grew up as a spoiled little Jewish boy in Los Angeles, I learned how to do my laundry, how to shop for groceries, how to cook incredible food. College teaches you what to do when difficult people come your way. I'm actually in the dorms right now, and I'm reminiscing on my freshman roommate who threw a beer pong party in my dorm room on the first week of school and got kicked out of the house. Another story I just remembered, I was taking a class last year called Intro to Global Climate Change. And after a week of the teacher neglecting to mention animal agriculture at all, I started speaking up in class. And then one day he said, "Jackson, you and I can talk about this another time over a burger." Probably should have told somebody about that prick. To sum everything up, what I'm trying to explain is that sometimes when you go into something expecting to get a certain result out, like going to college and then getting this education in your specific major and doing that for a career with your life, sometimes you get an outcome that you don't expect, but it's still just as valuable. I'm not going into the climate sciences or going to law school to become an environmental lawyer. And when I graduate, I'm not going to remember how to take a derivative or the molecular formula of manganese. I'm not going to remember any of that, but it doesn't mean that my college experience wasn't worth it. What I'm going to remember and learn from is the time I led a backpacking trip and we got snowed in and had to get rescued by the Forest Service. And the time I saw that weird
weird student band that was throwing watermelon into the crowd, and the time that I bought a freaking motorcycle on Craigslist and almost drove it off a cliff. It's a true story. I'm sorry, Mom. Going to college is not for everyone, but it was the best path that made most sense for me at that time in my life. This video is not at all about me trying to tell people why they should go to college. This video is about burning your expectations as you go into any life experience, because what I've found is I've taken lots of trips and done lots of things like going to college, riding my bicycle across the country, working at an orangutan orphanage on an island. With all those things, I had planned stuff in my head and I had expectations of what it was going to be like, and they're never rooted in reality. You're going to get thrown cards that you can never expect, and the best thing for you to do as you're entering into a life-changing experience is have a clean slate and let the actual experience inform what you get out of it. That's all. Much love. Dream Extreme.